All right, welcome everybody. Tuesday night, Team Huddle. And I'm Melissa Gratz, one of your hosts, along with Shelly Sharp, Andrea Hatch. We are, I'd like to say, getting into the groove of 2020, except today I wrote a ton of checks, because yes, I still write checks. And I wrote 19 on all of them. I am not transitioned to writing 20. Yeah, it is so bizarre, writing 2020. But anyway, so I'm getting back into the swing of things. And so, yeah, anything before we talk about, because I teased all of you last week about something fun that I'm going to share tonight. But before I dive into that, is there anything anybody wants to talk about, share, ask questions about? Anything? And Shelly, if there's anything you want to, anything. I have a screaming child upstairs. No, nothing. What's going on? Second week of the year. Anything?
Don't forget to register for World Tour by tomorrow.
Register for World Tour.
Because it's fun, and I told you last week to do it, so you all need to do it.
Thank you, Jillian.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, you ready? I'm going to tell you about this fun little thing that I am going to test out. And if it's something that you think might be a fun or good idea, you test it out with me. So I had run, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the sales history report or the sales reporting in the, see, now I could look on two computers. I can look at my other computer and pull it up. But the sales reporting, you can go in and see your customer purchase history. And if you go in and you so I set my date range for 2019 because I wanted to see the frequency that customers purchased from me in general, but then also on PWS. And so you go in and you can you can set your date range, run the report, and it told me the frequency of how many times people ordered. So because I wanted to get a good idea of who was ordering from me multiple times on my PWS. So once I narrowed that down, I told you guys last week I had sent out Christmas cards and scent circles. Well, they were New Year's cards and scent circles to my top 40 customers based on that sales reporting report. But what I want to do is I want to start, and Danielle Delt came up with a really good little nickname for the customers that I'm going to put into this little guinea pig pilot program, but calling them our MVPs, MVP customers. So you could start with 5, you could start with 10. Really, you can set the parameters for this. You can decide if you want to do it, not do it, how many customers, whatever. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, let's say 10 customers that are my regular PWS orderers. So I've got a couple of them that order from me PWS 5 to 6 times a year. And so I'm going to start with them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a link on my workstation or on my website for them. So let's just say it's going to be Cassie. She's one of my customers. So I'm going to set up a party on my website for Cassie that is going to stay on my website. And so Cassie would have a dedicated link to that party to order for the year. Now, their questions have come up. How long can you keep a party open on your workstation? How long, if you can keep that link live through a transition period. So we're going to have to kind of feel our way through this until I have concrete, we can make it through a transition. Because my goal would be, let me tell you what my goal is. My goal would be to create these personal parties for these customers, leave them on my website for pretty much the duration of the year. Now that means I would have to go in periodically and change the end date of my party so that it keeps bumping that party out. So I would ideally like to set it, let's say for 11 or like 10/31 10/31 of this year, I would like to have those parties end, so that at that point I can contact all of those customers and say, okay, you've shopped, Cassie, you've shopped 5 times this year using your link. You have now built up host rewards based on your 5 orders. So you have X amount to spend. You have, this many half prices. Christmas is coming up. You can use your your rewards, your shopping rewards. I'm not going to call them host rewards. I'm going to call them shopping rewards to buy Christmas gifts. You can spoil yourself, or you are actually $125 away from the next benchmark of host rewards or of shopping rewards. Do you have anything else you want to order for Christmas, or do you have anybody that might want to order that we can give them your shopping link? They can order and it'll boost your rewards up. So it gives me kind of a way of, testing wise, it gives me a way of kind of creating these MVP shopping experiences for some customers that are already ordering and aren't necessarily attaching it to a party, aren't necessarily attaching it. So they're not really reaping any benefit themselves, other than if I send them their thank you card or maybe send them a scent circle. But why not try to funnel them into their own shopping link for a period of time? And I don't know, what do you think? What do you think about that, Janie?
So if you had 5 people in this group, are you going to have 5 different names of the parties?
Yes, it's individual person. So I'd have a shopping link for Cassie DeForest. I'd have a shopping link for Mary Radloff. I'd have a shopping link. And so the name of my
it would say what were you going to say the name of the party would be?
I would put MVP. I don't know yet, but I'm thinking it's going to be like MVP.
Mary Jane.
Yeah, MVP Cassie DeForest, or MVP shopping link Lisa Becker. I haven't worked out exactly what I'm going to call the party, but basically, when you go look at all of your parties on your website, so they could have the link for it for their party, or they could just give the blanket, go to this website, go to Melissa's website, and you can shop from. They could click on their name too, or they could tell somebody to click on their name.
So it looks like Tiffany has done this before, but
I kind of did this on accident. So one of my roommates from college, she wanted the Toy Story stuff. So she's like, well, can I just host a party and earn rewards for myself? And I was like, sure. So I set up a link, and she just kept kind of pushing it out and ordering stuff for herself. Meanwhile, building up her rewards, which she used just at Christmas. The only thing I ran into is consultant support wasn't able to add an order in because the party was beyond the 30 days. But other than that, we were still able to use our rewards and everything.
Yeah, I have a link that's been
that date. Can't you just change the date on that party then? Once 30, like on 25 days, the date.
Right, but they could see when it opened. So if I accidentally put a PWS order I wanted to attach to a party, they wouldn't attach it to that party because it had been opened. But that was the only thing I ran into.
Okay.
Yeah, so essentially you'd have to stay on top of just bumping the link, bumping that party out.
Mm-hmm.
And I see tons of benefits, and that's why maybe rolling it out for the first 6 months to maybe only like 5 or 10 people, just in case something glitches or you can't go through a transition period and keep, although somebody had said you can't go through a transition period and keep host rewards.
I think that's old workstation.
I feel like I've left things I have a party link still on my website, and the party was October 1st, and we're keeping it open.
I think as long as the orders have been closed out, like they were ordered online, they've already been shipped, and the host rewards are just sitting there, not something that's in your cart that you haven't paid for yet.
So the other thing I was thinking is if you have a VIP page, this might be something that you could post on your VIP page. Who wants who wants a shopping link, their personal shopping link for, you know, the first 6 months of this year, or however you want to run it. But then you could have, you know, so you post that on your VIP page. Maybe you have a couple people that respond, and you could just respond right back to them and be like, okay, Cassie, here's your personal shopping link. Use this through June 30th of this year. Anytime you place an order on for Scentsy, use this dedicated link. And then you could actually post on the thread, because it's not like it's private information that you're posting these party links. And I'm thinking that the more, if you can drum up, you know, 5 or 6 people that want it, then more people will be like, well, then I want one. Well, I want one. Well, then I want one. And there's no harm in posting them for everybody. And the nice part is, if you post it for them, they can reference back on your VIP page for that link, or, you know, however you want to get them their link, whatever. I'm kind of just throwing this ball into your court and letting you do with it what you want. But I'm going to try it because I have tried and true numbers of the frequency of people that are ordering from my PWS. Now I keep saying I'm focusing on the PWS people because those who call me an order, I take care of them because I'm seeing them, I'm delivering to them. So if I have somebody that orders from me all the time, I'm tossing in a bar of the, you know, scent of the month for them, or I'm taking care of those face-to-face customers. It's these online orders that I don't have face-to-face contact with, but that are loyal, that I want to reward. And maybe you might look at it and be like, okay, well, so-and-so's ordering from me 5 times a year. She's a great candidate, but I also want to touch these people that are finding me on Scentsy.com and maybe only ordering from me once. I want to reach out to them and make sure they have a dedicated shopping link so that I can build loyalty with them. So there's pros to your loyal customers and building loyal customers. Anybody could benefit from a shopping link. Anybody could. And they can pass it to, it's kind of a way for you to be like, hey, and if anybody else wants to order right now, it's 10, you know, you could say it's 10% off. So if you want to order, or anybody, you can reach out to these customers and not necessarily ask for their business, but be like, hey, we have this special going on right now. If you have any of your friends or family that want to order, give them your shopping link. It'll build up your rewards. So you're really running a party behind the scenes for them. And it gives you a reason. You're reaching out to them to give them information without directly being like, buy, host. They're already hosting, and you're kind of giving them the, hey, here's what's going on. If you're interested, use your shopping link. Or if you know somebody that is, give them your shopping link. You're just building your rewards. And it gives you a reason to reach out to them periodically and be like, hey, here's your reward balance. Here's where your rewards stand. You are X amount from, you know, $70 in free product instead of $30 in free product. It's giving you brand new creative ways to keep in touch. You might even develop a postcard or a mailing that you do on a quarterly basis, or maybe it's every other month, that says, hey, you know, it could be, thank you for your most recent order, or don't forget, you still have this shopping link and you have already built up, you know, XYZ in credits or rewards, or there's a million different ways that you could go with this to reach out to customers, to build loyalty, to have them making sure and using, I mean, they're not going to want to go shop Scentsy anywhere else because they're not going to get the credit unless they use their shopping link. Make sense? Do we like it? Any other ideas that you springboard that this may have made a Robin?
Well, I was thinking, you know, when you were talking about the name of the party, so if you do MVP Cassie, then someone else looking on your website just to random place an order might not attach it to that party because they might not understand that it's open. But if you just put Cassie's Cassie's link or whatever, and made it maybe a little bit more not generic, but something where someone randomly going onto your site would go, wow, she's got all these open parties, I'll just pick one.
Sure.
So,
and that's why I hadn't really figured out or pinpointed exactly what I want to call it yet.
right.
Because yeah, it might make sense to say, you know, Cassie DeForest online shopping, you know, or something,
Right.
something like that. And there might be a benefit to calling it their party or calling it their scent event or something. Because think about it, you go to a consultant's website, if they've got 15 parties open on it, you're like, dang, she is rocking.
Might be a good recruiting tool.
Yeah, great recruiting tool. I mean, there's a ton of things a ton of benefits that I could see this going, you know, going in the direction of. Janie.
You know, I think if you put it their actual name, like say, you know, Kathy DeForest. So say Kathy said, oh, this is great. I'm going to send my personal link to my friend. But if you put some letters before it and all that, it's kind of a deterrent. I think I like the idea of just putting their name.
And you could
straight to the point, and they know who they're.
Yeah, and you could totally, again, everybody kind of has their own naming configurations that they like or they tend to gravitate toward. That's why I said I hadn't nailed mine down yet, but yeah, however you want to name it.
What if you just call it a shopping rewards?
Well,
with their name, so and so's, like Melissa's shopping rewards.
Well, you could do that. I don't know that I would call it their shopping rewards because I don't know, because I'm kind of along the lines with like Robin and Mary Jane with you want it to be something that is, you know, they're listed under open parties. So, you know, you kind of want it to be like, oh my gosh, she's got all these open parties or open, you know, open orders or all these different customers. So again, I don't know, but to each his own on that. Like that's, you know, play around with it. And, you know, there's a ton of different things that we kind of have to guinea pig our way through with this just to see how it works, if it works, how long you can actually keep that link up. Some people are taking it, or you can take it even a step further with, and I don't want anybody to get hung up on this or think that you have to learn something new, but for anybody that is techie and loves this kind of stuff, I will throw this out there. There is an app called Rebrandly, Rebrandly, Rebrandly. Again, this is only if this is just in your wheelhouse and you love apps, but you have a way of then naming, like changing the name of URLs, the shopping links. So you basically could, because you know right now, our shopping links are long. It's a long, you know, shop dot whatever it is, 1234968/Cassie's party or whatever. So Rebrandly allows you to give a naming configuration for any group of links that you tell it. So I could put one in for Cassie and have it spit back out and be shop.wicklesstwist, because that's my website, shop.wicklesstwist.com/Cassie DeForest. So it's prettier, okay? It's a prettier thing. And then the naming configuration is always the same for anybody. So I could do that for all those party links that I created in my workstation. They're all those really long links. And I would go into Rebrandly, type those links in and rename them essentially, where it's just basically nicknaming the link. Does that make sense for anybody that, if this is over your head or doesn't make sense, don't even pay attention to it because it's not worth you trying to learn it. But if it is something you might be interested in, check out Rebrandly.
Melissa?
And if you do like this kind of stuff, I think you can even subscribe to Rebrandly and it'll give you analytics. It'll give you how many times somebody clicked on it. It'll give you kind of, you know, all the nuts and bolts, but you don't need it. It's not going to be income generating, you know, from like a necessity. So Jillian.
You can also do, because if they're going to have their own link and stuff and you're messaging them anyway to say how many they've accrued in rewards, it's also great if you start to see that number go up really high really quick, is a, hey, listen, like, I know that you may not want to join, but just so you know, this is how much money you've already sold. This is what your commission would have been. You know, do you want to join? Let's get this kit, and then stop your link and let you set up your own on your own page, because
Love
you
it.
can't flip it, but at least you can be like, let's put the kibosh on doing it, call it a
Yeah.
day on that, and start your own. You know,
It's kind of nice for tracking purposes too, because you are able to go into, so let's say I go into Cassie's party or her shopping link, you know, and I can see she shopped from it 3 times, her mom shopped from it, somebody else shopped from it. You know, like, you really are getting to see a picture, because realistically, the only reason somebody is shopping from somebody else's party or shopping link is A, they gave it to them, or B, it's a fluky thing where somebody just picked an open party on a website. But most of the time, orders attached to a party are because whoever is hosting gave that link. So this is giving you, Jillian, I totally agree. It's giving you a really good picture. If you've got 6 people attached to Cassie's party link, in addition to Cassie, Cassie's probably a good candidate for, you know, being a consultant. And you wouldn't know this information otherwise, or maybe not catch it. You know, if Cassie had said, hey, you know, my friend is a consultant, here's her website. Unless you build a connection with that person, you're not going to know maybe that Cassie gave them your website to shop from. So it's kind of a really cool tracking, you know, I don't know. So that's what do you, did I see a hand? Somebody else want to say something? No. All right, so yeah, we like it. Thumbs up. Give it a whirl. Try it with your VIPs. Try it with some of your MVPs. Try it with some of your loyal customers. Try it with somebody that orders from you, you know, going forward on PWS. Whatever it is, I would say it's worth giving it. It's worth a shot. So, okay. Jillian, were you going to talk about something else? I thought you were going to go after me.
Shelly wanted me to talk about what I did for my customers for okay, so some of you guys know last year, because I do a lot of events and stuff like that, so I have stuff, and I wanted to reinvest in my business, but didn't want or need anything for myself or my family. So I ran my reports and I looked and I found my top 10 customers, and I sent them each a whiff box because it was a brand new component to the fall season. So it was something that they had never tried. I figured this was perfect. It's dropped something at their doorstep. However, with their whiff boxes, as amazing as they are, they don't give you an option to ever write a cute little note or say this is a gift from somebody. So I got 10 phone calls thanking me, but the 10 phone calls started out with, do you know why I got this? So this year, what we decided to do, my daughters and I, is instead of me reinvesting in my business because I needed the money for bills anyway, I went through the stuff that I had on hand, picked my top customers. We made individual bags based off of things that they had purchased throughout the year, but not stuff that they had actually bought. So like my one customer loved butter pecan wax. She got butter pecan soap because she's never tried soap. So I kept it in the scent family, but I switched it to a different product. Decorated the bags, made them super cute, and then we went from door to door locally and hung them on their doorknobs, rang the doorbell, and ran. So none of them knew that they were getting a delivery. None of them had any idea what was happening until they opened their door. There was also then a cute little note. I was able to make it more personal for each and every one of them. The 2 that lived far away, I used my perpetual rewards to get what I needed to get half off on the one item, and then had it direct shipped. And then after I knew that it was delivered, I sent them a cute little letter that said it. So they know they're in the top customers, and some of them, it's been 2 years in a row. So they're fighting and ordering. Like I've got them back already in January, like big orders, because they're like, I want to keep this top 10 spot. Like I want goodies for Christmas time. And it definitely helps with the the connection with my my customers and stuff like that, and it allows them to try products that they've never tried. And counter cleaner and bathroom cleaner are flying because that's the stuff that I put in some of their bags. So,
Nice.
but you know,
Thank you.
you can do it small. Like you know, scent circles are great. You know, like if you pick up stuff throughout the year with your own host rewards, so you're not spending any money, it can be done. I just happen to, you know, because like I said, I do a lot of events. So for me, it's a little bit different, but a scent circle goes a long way because they didn't buy it and you thought of them. So
You know what? A note goes a long way.
Yeah.
A thank you goes a long. A sample goes a long way. Just the fact that you are keeping them in the loop, top of mind, but not pressury, but just keeping them, you know, goes a long way. Anybody have any fun things they want to shout out for themselves? Because I have one for somebody, but I'm gonna let. Anybody have anything fun you want to shout out? Janie.
Yeah, you know how I do the ship shopping just so I can get customers over, and I do
Yes.
the $35 bags. I mean, $35 orders so I can get multiple people. So this gal comes in and she's about, she can't be over 5 feet. She's tiny. She's about a size 6. She's a little bit like no makeup, hair pulled back in a ponytail, a little bit like an athlete, but she stood as straight as a toothpick and tiny. And I looked at her and I got all the questions that I run by every single one of them because I really want to hear everything. And here's how they go. How long you been doing this? Do you like your job? Because I really want Dan to possibly do this, but I think it's out of the question. Anyway, they go, oh, I love it. I've been doing it this long. I said, are you ever scared? Of course, I got all new wax on and everything's turned on. As I make them come through the back door, through the foyer, when I have new scents in with the pods, everything, every light's turned on, everything's dim, my diffusers are going. They walk in and they go, oh my God, your house smells amazing. I go, oh, well, come on in. So they're coming in and now they're unpacking the groceries and I have a gift bag for them, which is a catalog, a scent, a car bar. The scent circles don't last long. I give them a car bar, a $5 tip. So that's $11 tip right there they're getting on a $35 order. And so then this girl, the last one, she just struck me funny. And I really liked her. And I thought, you're little, you're really little and you're out here doing this. I said, are you scared? I said, it's 11:30 at night. And the only reason why I got it at 11:30 at night, I picked PM instead of AM. So I had to wait up. Dan said, I'll wait up. I said, no, because you're going to be some guy that answers the door to some girl. It's not, she's going to be scared. So she comes in. I said, aren't you scared to do this? You're too tiny for this. Going on and on. She goes, I'm not really scared. I said, okay, if you're not scared, follow me. I want you to see other things. I walked her through my kitchen, and those of you that have been over know my layout. I said, come on into the living room. Here's my diffuser thing. And I could see that she always stood 5 feet behind me. And I said, I know it's kind of creepy, isn't it? Like 11:30, 12, I'm dragging you through my house. It's okay, though. I said, there's my husband. He's harmless. And then we go into my little studio, and I said, so here's everything here. She goes, wow, you really are serious about this. I said, yeah, this is my full-time job. I'm very serious about that. She goes, oh, you do hair? I says, no, that's my chair for my hair. I don't do hair. I do Scentsy full-time. I do a handful of hair. Anyway, I said, now, you're honestly telling me you're not afraid? She goes, no, I'm not. And not meanwhile, I got this huge butcher knife laying on the counter. Not realizing I was done cooking. I'm thinking, oh, this poor girl. Like I said, she was 5 feet behind me at all times. So then I said, you know what? I really want to friend you on Facebook. I want you to see my personal specials. Can we do that? She said, yeah. So then I went to friend her. You know, when you pull it up and it says message, only you can't add him as a friend. I said, oh, I can't add you. And she's standing right there. I go, she goes, just send me a message and I'll add you when I get in the car. Or I'll add you. I said, okay. I said, hi, thanks for the great service with my groceries. Love, Scentsy. I said, so now you'll know who I am. She goes, okay. She gets out to her car that's all tinted windows in this big 150 black truck parked the opposite way on the street, like she's going to go for a mad dash. You know, she gets in the car, my phone dings. I look and she accepted my friend request. I go, wow, I thought that was going to be the end of it. But I thought, I'm like overpowering her. She's thinking I'm stalking her. I know, this is my whole mind thought. And she's this big. She gets in there, she accepts me. Now, of course, I go out there and start stalking her page. She's a cop. She's a flipping cop. So I said to her, no wonder you're not afraid. You're a cop. You're a police officer. I said, and then I started stalking her pictures. I go, you're a badass in these pictures. Now, anyways, we talk on a daily basis. I said, she goes, I want to talk to your husband. I said, he'd rather work at the gun shop. She goes, LOL, I don't blame him, but shipped is good, and going on and on. But anyways, we talk on a daily basis. So I got the police warmer for her because her boyfriend that they're getting ready to get married, he's a police officer. When I asked her, where do you work? First of all, she goes, oh, I work in Detroit. I go, Detroit? She goes, yeah. She goes, I work from 3 to 11. I said, oh, and you drive home from Detroit? This is before the cop thing. And she goes, yeah.
Groceries.
What?
You mean on her way home from work, she's picking up your groceries?
Yes. I said, it's a little bit over the top. Aren't you scared? You know, of course, her boyfriend doesn't want her to do it. Long story short, he's a cop. He's a cop for Detroit. I said, where do you work? She says, Wayne State. Well, then when I stalked her page, she's a cop. She does the bikes. She does the dog training, the whole bit. No wonder she's all athletic and straight as a toothpick and tiny. And, you know, she's got guns on her legs and everywhere. It's just great. Her name is Margie, and I'm hoping that, who knows, maybe someday she might be on one of these calls with us because she might be joining. But anyways, I got the police warmer. Cindy had one because you can't get them anymore. And I told her, I says, I have a gift for you. And I says, when are you coming over? I'm going to get my groceries. Tell me when you're coming available because I want you over. So I'm giving her this as a gift just for her service and her boyfriends. I'm putting some wax. I'm just making a cute little bag for them. So anyways, I just thought that was, you never know who you're going to meet, but you know, we talk on a regular basis on Facebook like we've been buds forever. She's 32, I'm 64. No, 63. 60, I think. I don't know. Born in 55. Anyway, so that's that. That's my story.
I love you. I just love you. This is why you
ordering groceries at 11 o'clock to meet new people that need to sell Scentsy instead of deliver groceries.
I'm telling you, if you ever
tell us that you were doing the delivery so you could meet new customers and tell them they need
don't give her an idea.
Oh no, that's the only reason I'm doing it. I like to go to the grocery store. Nobody.
No, Shelly thought you were going to say you're now working for Shipped so that you could.
I'm too scared. I can't do that. I cannot do that unless my husband.
I thought you were going into people's houses putting in wax and warmers.
No, not straight.
Go to your grocery. Just add $25. I got a mini warmer and a bar of wax.
Can I use your bathroom?
Not really. Yeah.
I plugged something in your bathroom. Call me when you need a refresh.
I got you some pet.
Yeah,
I got some pet grooming stuff for you.
Gosh.
Yeah, no. I didn't do this on purpose at 11:30 at night. I didn't click the AM.
Well, good thing that you did, or you wouldn't have met her.
I know, it's great. Yeah, we talked.
I'm blown away. I didn't even know they would deliver that late.
Oh, they do 24 hours. Meyer, they're open 24 hours.
Yeah, but the drivers?
He's a cop.
Anybody that orders it.
He's a cop. He's not scared. She works downtown. She rides a bike down there.
I love it
over here. I can't.
But she stayed 5 feet behind me at all times. She was on guard, butcher knife and all.
Thank you for the comic relief tonight. Thank you. We had a great idea. We had some comic relief. And if you ever hit a brick wall on how to meet people, we'll just have Janie do a training because she
order
will tell
up
us
some
how
groceries and have your sample bag ready as the tip.
Yes.
I love
Okay.
it.
We're out of time. I'll have to save my shout out for next week. You guys have a great night. Thanks for
Bye.
getting on.